Hello, this is Dr. Peter Chapsky. I'm going to show you how to use lab macros in Oscar EMR 19 version 2549 or later. So let's log in. First of all, I think we need to set up a user preference for lab macros. So we search here, so for macro, and then we click on Set Lab Macros. And we have some already set here. As you can see, we've got APT, which the macro causes a comment being put onto the lab of APT. And also a tickler gets assigned to Peter Chapsky that's labeled APT. That is set for immediate use, right? So it isn't scheduled for, it's scheduled for today. I currently have a WNL, which is within normal limits, which puts in the comment essentially normal. No ticklers assigned to that. And I also have a comment RX, which is reviewed and request granted. Again, no tickler. And now we'll set in another comment, another tickler, which would be abnormal. And then we'll call it abnormal, but stable. How about that? Maybe I'll just call it stable. Probably better if I call it stable. It'll be more clear what I'm intending. And then what we can do is we save that one. The lab macro preference is saved, and the current list is shown here. So how to use it? Well, we need some labs. I'll just show you the lab creator. If you look at the lab inbox, there's a create lab button there, and that gives you the lab creator. I'm just going to add one. I'm going to add a Johnny Canuck lab, and you can see that I've put myself as the ordering physician. Patient's information as in Oscar, if they're there. The test information, I'm using a free text, so we don't really have to put much in. And I'm putting in some blank text for some dummy text for the lab. We can add more labs here if you want to on the same patient, but I think one is plenty. They'll ask confirm, and if you're successful, you're back into this page. So now we look at the inbox. We will reload it and see where we're at. And you can see Johnny Canuck came in, and we are ready to go. So what we can do is we can preview. And Johnny Canuck, I think we had some issues with regards to how we loaded it, but we have not a patient here. And so let's use the macro there and say that it is stable. We just added that, which will say abnormal, but still stable. And we'll get to the next one, who's maybe I'll just call it within normal limits, that one. And this one we'll call, yeah, why don't we call this one prescription, although it isn't really a prescription. And we're done. And we'll leave those two for another day. No use putting a comment on a chart that hasn't been attached, but we'll have to attach those charts. We could probably go ahead and do that in Oscar 19, but I won't show you that today. So let's go back to not a patient, and then we can look at the results and show that indeed that they're there in terms of as required. And we'll open up in a new tab. It doesn't like me. Let's try again. There we go, and you can see we've got the abnormal but stable comment put into the chart on that. So you can see that this can become quite an efficient way of going through your inbox. It's an optional way. You don't have to do it at all, but with a little bit of work of setting up the macro, you can run any number of macros to speed and make more fulsome your comments on your lab work for better documentation. This has been Peter Chapsky. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.